taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch.
Hello and welcome back to another Angry Canadian Reacts video. We are reacting again today to Brit reacting to 15 amazing geography facts about Canada. I'm interested to see if New Brunswick is mentioned in here at all. So without further ado, let's go.
15 amazing geography facts about Canada. Really excited to get into this. Before we do, appreciate if you guys can hit subscribe button. Let's see these geography facts.
L3WG.
Canada is an amazing country that makes up about 1/3 of all of North America.
Oh, wow.
And because it's so vast and spans such a large area, it's bound to have some of the most awe-inspiring geography attached to it.
Yes, it is.
So here are 15 of my favorite geography facts about the Great White North.
All right, cool.
Okay. Just kind of wanted to point out that Canadians live in North America. And North America. So do Mexicans in North America. We're all American. We're not United States of American. We're North American. So I just want to point that out.
To kick us off, do you know how many islands Canada has?
Lots.
10. Well, I know it's more than 10.
Canada has more islands than any other country in the world, with an estimated 52,000 named islands and countless smaller unnamed ones.
Wait. 52. Wait.
Yeah, but that's
there's
North
going to be
Atlantic.
those smaller ones, right? It's not just red dots. 52,000 named islands and then more unnamed.
Yep.
Jesus, man.
The Arctic archipelago alone contains over 36,000 islands, including Baffin Island, the world's 5th largest, and Ellesmere Island, the 10th largest. Combined, these islands account for about 15% of Canada's land mass. And they're not all Arctic barren.
Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful.
Tundras. Canada's islands offer incredible diversity. In the east, Prince Edward Island is known for its rolling farmland and beaches, while in the west, Vancouver Island and Haida Gwaii feature lush.
Oh, that's stunning. That is stunning. Look at that.
Island and Haida Gwaii feature lush rainforests and towering mountains.
Wow.
But unlike island nations such as Indonesia or the Philippines, which are densely populated, Canada's islands are often remote and sparsely inhabited. This isolation makes them vital for scientific research, tourism, and environmental conservation.
And because it has so many islands, it also has
fish. Oh, the longest. Oh, right. The longest coastline. Right.
Yeah.
Canada's coastline is the longest in the world, stretching over 202,000 kilometers. It borders 3 oceans, the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Arctic.
So
to put it in perspective, the second longest coastline belongs to Indonesia, a country of over 17,000 islands. Yet its coastline measures just 54,000 kilometers. Canada's coastline is nearly 4 times longer. This immense length contributes significantly.
Wait, is this Canada?
Yes.
Is this Canada?
Yeah.
To Canada's economy and biodiversity. The coastlines are home to vital fisheries, particularly for lobster and crab on the Atlantic side and salmon on the Pacific side. The Arctic coastline, though less accessible, is becoming increasingly important with climate change, as melting ice opens potential shipping routes like the Northwest Passage. Canada's extensive coastline also includes famous natural wonders like the Bay of Fundy, known for having the world's highest tides, with some areas rising over 16 meters in a single day.
Yes.
Wait, so one day, at some point in the day you will come in this high, and then another point in the day you will come in this low? It'll be that?
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
Having the world's highest...
that's here in New Brunswick. It's amazing. Been there during high tide and low tide. That's low tide right there. And then high tide is when the water comes in. That's in the, I have a cat freaking out.
Hey, you won't want to fall asleep in the morning there, because you might be floating away at the top of here.
Tides, with some areas rising over 16 meters in a single day.
With a coastline this long, it's probably not surprising that Canada is really, really large.
Right. Oh, you can tell it's massive.
Canada covers a vast 9.98 million square kilometers.
I can't even fathom how big that is, but I'm just looking at how, But how I'm realizing how big it is, right, is I'm looking at it, and then I'm looking at the UK right next to it, and yeah. You can fit many, 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 many UKs in here.
Oh, yeah.
Making it the second largest country on Earth after Russia.
Wow.
It's so large that you could fit the entire European Union into Canada.
Oh, wait, is that to scale? Oh, my God. Yo.
With room to spare. Despite its massive size, Canada's population is only about 40 million people, meaning it has one of the lowest population densities globally, with only about 4 people per square kilometer, an extremely low amount when you compare it to the United States, which has on average 35 people per square kilometer. This vast expanse of Canada includes towering mountains.
Yo, every time it flips over to a shot with mountains and a river going through it and trees, it gets me every time, man. It's actually beautiful.
Expansive prairies, frozen tundra, and dense forests. The country's size creates extreme regional diversity, from British Columbia's temperate rainforests to Nunavut's icy Arctic, and from the flat prairies of Saskatchewan all the way to the rocky coasts of Newfoundland. Canada's size and overall northernness contributes to harsh winters, which can make living difficult.
I can imagine.
However, this space also allows Canada to preserve its incredible natural beauty, with over 38...
Now, just be clear, it's 30 degrees Celsius today. Feels like 35. So it can get hot here.
National Park.
Yo, it's actually so beautiful. Like, it's unreal, man.
Parks protecting these landscapes.
Now, despite having so much space, Canada's people haven't really spread out to occupy it all.
Wait, yeah. Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting, actually, seeing where do Canadians live in Canada.
Despite Canada's immense size, about 75% of its population lives within 100 miles of the U.S. border.
Oh, wait. Hold up. So this thin line right here, 75% of whole of Canada lives there?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that's accurate.
So 25% for all this...
Gee,
that's crazy. What?
it's warmer there. Well,
That's actually crazy to think about, that much land, barely anybody's there.
This narrow strip of land accounts for less than 5% of Canada's total area, but it includes cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Ottawa. This concentration is largely due to geography and climate. The southern parts of Canada have a milder climate, more fertile land, and better access to trade with the United States. Meanwhile, the northern regions are dominated by harsh Arctic and subarctic conditions, making large-scale settlement difficult.
So pretty much the north of Canada is just it's a ghost area. No one's there.
wow.
Do you Canadians like go traveling up there a lot, or do you just like, it's a part of Canada that is untouched, you just don't go there?
Comparison, Russia.
No, there are people that live up that way, native, mostly. But yeah, no, there's tourism also, so you can go and visit up north. No, there's quite a few people up that way. It's still a small percentage, but there's still, they're up there.
Another vast country with a cold climate has a similar pattern, with most of its population concentrated in the more temperate west.
Okay.
Which means Canada's largest bay is mostly uninhabited.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take your nutrition to the next level.
That is actually nuts.
Easier way to eat on what
The Hudson
matters.
One large shallow bay.
The Hudson Bay is the world's second largest bay after the Bay of Bengal, covering 1.23 million square kilometers. Situated in northeastern Canada, it's surrounded by Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and Nunavut. Now, despite its size, the Hudson Bay is relatively shallow, with an average depth of just 100 meters. This shallowness means it freezes over completely during the winter. And even in summer, the water remains extremely cold. The bay is a remnant of a prehistoric sea left behind by melting glaciers after the last ice age. The Hudson Bay plays an important role in Canada's history and economy. It was the site of early fur trading posts established by the Hudson's Bay Company, which helped shape Canada's development. Today, its shores are sparsely populated, with small communities relying on fishing, hunting, and shipping.
The Hudson Bay, of course, is not inland, but Canada does have plenty of really large lakes.
I can imagine. Canada seems to have plenty of everything.
We do?
More lakes than you
Canada
think.
is home to more lakes than any other country, boasting over 2 million, with...
A million with a 2.
2 million lakes?
Yep.
How do you even have 2 million lakes?
Yep.
2 million?
I was just at one this weekend.
Oh, that's just crazy, bro. There's got to be a lake everywhere you go.
Almost.
Everywhere.
31,752 larger than 3 square kilometers. That's more than the rest of the world combined. Its lakes account for nearly 9% of the country's total area, a staggering contrast to countries like Australia, which is famous for its arid landscapes and limited freshwater resources. Among Canada's most famous lakes are Lake Superior, which is shared with the US and known as the world's largest freshwater lake by surface area, and Great Bear Lake, located entirely within Canada and recognized as the country's largest by volume. These lakes are essential for hydropower, providing clean energy to millions of Canadians, as well as for recreation and wildlife habitats.
Yo, that lake amount is actually crazy, bro. That's a lot. 2 million. That is loads.
Altogether, Canada's Great Lakes system, which also includes Lake Ontario, Erie, and Huron, contains 20% of the world's freshwater supply.
Wow.
So it makes sense that some of those lakes would also have their own islands.
The world's largest freshwater
Canada
island.
is home to Manitoulin Island, the world's largest freshwater island, located in Lake Huron. Covering 2,766 square kilometers, it's larger than some countries, such as Luxembourg, which is only 2,586 square kilometers. But unlike most islands surrounded by saltwater, Manitoulin is unique for its freshwater setting. But that's not the only thing that sets this island apart from the others. Manitoulin itself contains over 100 inland lakes. Some even have their own.
Yo, do you know what's crazy? Like, when I think of an island, I think of a literally tiny island. So, like, I'm thinking like this, bro. But this is a whole country, me. This is a whole country, bro.
Some even have their own islands. This extremely rare phenomenon means that there are islands within lakes on an island within a larger lake.
What?
Treasure Island is a great example of this because it's the world's largest natural island in a lake on an island in a lake. Manitoulin
Mate, this is just Inception Island.
It is.
Island Inception.
Island has a rich indigenous history and remains home to several Anishinaabe communities. Its landscapes feature rolling hills, beaches, and forests, making it a popular destination for outdoor enthusiasts. Boating, fishing, and hiking are common activities, while visitors can also explore cultural sites and learn about the island's First Nation heritage.
It looks super
But this
cool.
is perhaps not even Canada's most famous freshwater island.
Okay. South of California. Huh?
Canada's southernmost point, Middle Island, is farther south than parts of Northern California.
Okay.
Oh, this is where it just hurts my brain. Huh? Oh, but it just hurts my brain.
It does hurt mine too a little.
Yo, what do you mean California reaches Canada reaches California?
No.
Since what? Since
no, it's
what?
just down.
Located within
far
Lake
enough.
Erie at 41.4
What?
degrees north, it lies on the same latitude as cities like Rome and Chicago.
What?
However, its location surprises many because Canada is often associated with northern cold climates.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, when I think of Canada, I think of just very cold, snowing all the time.
And snow-covered landscapes. Now, all that said, there are no permanent settlements on Middle Island, as the entire island is a conservation area.
Already.
So technically, Canada's southernmost point with people would be Pele Island, just a little north of Middle Island.
Okay.
All in all, not that different and still well south of much of the United States.
We've now covered Canada's far north and far south. But what's in the middle?
What about the East.
The Boreal Forest is
Canada's
vast.
Boreal Forest is one of the largest intact forests in the entire world.
Wait. Is this the whole green highlight? Is that all forests?
Boreal Forest,
No
yes.
way.
Spanning over 2.7 million square
No
kilometers
way.
and stretching from Newfoundland to the Yukon. This biome covers nearly 35% of Canada's land area,
What?
making it a critical component of the country's geography and environmental health. The Boreal Forest is home to iconic species such as moose, lynx, and wolves, as well as billions of migratory birds that nest here in the summer. Its trees.
No. Hold the fucking butt here. No. It's an elk.
Species such as moose.
That is an elk. Caribou? Wait, is that caribou? No, that's not. Wait, yeah, that is a caribou. Anyways, it's not a moose. It's not a moose. Oh my god, why do I have to do this again? There we go. Where'd my mouse go? Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Here. There we go here. There we go. Images. There we go here. There we go here. These are mooses. You see the mooses? These are mooses. That isn't fucking caribou.
Lynx, and wolves, as well as billions of migratory birds that nest here in the summer. Its trees, mainly spruces, pines, and firs, also play a vital role in sequestering carbon,
Wildlife must be booming here with that big of a forest.
helping to mitigate climate change. Canada's Boreal Forest is larger than those in Russia or Scandinavia, and it plays a crucial role in regulating global weather patterns. Its vastness and importance have earned it recognition as one of the world's most significant ecosystems.
It is actually beautiful though. Like these shots that we're seeing right now, like look at this.
Yeah,
look at this.
Systems. Unlike tropical rainforests, which are shrinking due to deforestation, much of Canada's Boreal Forest remains pristine. However, wildfires are a growing concern for the region as every summer, lightning storms set off large, unmanageable fires.
Now, underneath all of those trees is some seriously old rock.
What old rock? The oldest rock ever found?
Canada is home to some of the oldest rocks on Earth, dating back nearly 4 billion years.
Wait, aren't all rocks old?
Yeah, but
rocks
ours are older.
Is the Earth. We're on the oldest rock, Earth. Am I tripping? What do you mean oldest rock?
These ancient formations are found in the Canadian Shield, a massive geologic feature that stretches across northern and eastern Canada, including parts of Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, and the Northwest Territories. The Canadian Shield is a treasure trove for geologists. In 2008, researchers discovered rocks in northern Quebec's Greenstone Belt that are believed to be 4.28 billion years old, predating most life on Earth. These rocks provide a glimpse into Earth's earliest crust and the conditions that shaped our planet. Beyond its age, the Shield is a vital economic region. Rich in minerals like gold, nickel, and copper, it has driven Canada's mining industry for decades. Its rugged landscape, dotted with thousands of lakes and forests, also support tourism and serve as a major carbon sink, absorbing more carbon from the atmosphere than it releases.
All that said, the Canadian Shield does not cross Canada's Great Divide.
Canada is splitting off.
Like with the United States, the Continental Divide runs through Canada's Rocky Mountains, separating the watersheds that flow into the Pacific Ocean from those flowing into the Atlantic Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. The divide stretches from Alaska through Canada, down into the US, and beyond to South America, making it one of the longest hydrological divides in the entire world. In Canada, it's most pronounced in British Columbia and Alberta, where the Rockies create a dramatic natural barrier. Rivers like the Columbia flow west.
See, that is just like, I love just seeing mountains in the background like that. It's so beautiful, man.
Into the Pacific, while the Saskatchewan River system carries water eastward to the Hudson Bay. The divide also plays a role in shaping the ecosystems and weather patterns on either side. For example, The west side of the Rockies is wetter and milder due to Pacific air, while the east side is drier and colder.
Speaking of colder,
Canada's largest territory.
Nunavut, established in 1999, is Canada's largest and newest territory, spanning an enormous 2 million square kilometers, almost the size of Mexico. Despite its size, it has a population of just over 41,000 people.
Hey, you know what? What I ain't surprised. When I found out 75% of Canada lives literally in just that thin line in the south, you don't really have many more people to live up here. And this will be freezing temperatures, right?
Yeah.
Freezing.
Making it one of the least densely populated areas on Earth. Nunavut is primarily inhabited by Inuit communities who have lived there for thousands of years. The territory was created as part of a land claim agreement that granted the Inuit self-governance and recognition of their cultural heritage. The capital, Iqaluit, is the largest settlement, yet its population is just over 7,000. Nunavut's geography is dominated by Arctic tundra, rugged mountains, and hundreds of thousands of islands. Famous natural landmarks include Baffin Island and the stunning fjords of Ayudik National Park. Wildlife such as...
Yo, it must be so crazy living in a place where just there's no one about. Like, it's so big.
What's he gonna call this?
The population's so small.
Rabbit?
That must just be mind-blowing. Like, you go somewhere and there's no one. For like so far. That's nuts.
Caribou, polar bears, and Arctic foxes thrive here.
Oh, yeah, I can see why. A very tall and wide
Towering
mountain.
at 5,959 meters, Mount Logan in Yukon is Canada's tallest peak and the second highest mountain in North America after Denali in Alaska. Located within Kluane National Park, the mountain is part of the St. Elias Range, a region known for its rugged beauty and massive ice fields. And despite its already immense size, Mount Logan is still growing by a whopping 0.35 millimeters a year due to the tectonic collision between the Pacific and North American plates. It also holds the record for having the largest base circumference of any non-volcanic mountain, stretching 40 kilometers long, making it a colossal natural wonder. While less famous than Everest or Denali, Mount Logan presents climbers with equally challenging conditions.
Yeah, I can't lie, this is the first time I've ever heard of Mount Logan.
Temperatures can plunge below negative 45 degrees Celsius, and storms can last for weeks. These extreme conditions have kept the mountain relatively untouched by human activity.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you even survive in there? How do you even survive? That would be impossible, right? Minus 45 degrees Celsius?
But something that hasn't gone untouched is Canada's vast oil reserves.
Oil sands.
It's an oil country?
This might sound surprising, but Canada ranks among the world's top oil producers.
Oh, really?
Holding the third largest proven oil reserves globally after Venezuela and Saudi Arabia.
Oh, wow.
Most of Canada's oil is found in the Athabasca oil sands in Alberta, a vast area containing an estimated 165 billion barrels of recoverable oil.
I don't even want to know how much money that is. That would be a stupid amount of money. 165 billion barrels.
5 billion barrels of recoverable oil. But unlike conventional oil reserves, much of Canada's oil is in the form of bitumen, a heavy, viscous form of crude oil that requires extensive processing. The oil sands have been both an economic boon and an environmental challenge. Alberta's oil industry generates billions in revenue and supports thousands of jobs. But it's also criticized for its high carbon emissions and impact on local ecosystems. Canada's oil exports are primarily sent to the United States, making it the largest foreign supplier to the US. Despite this, Canada's oil industry faces challenging in diversifying its markets, as pipeline expansions like the Trans Mountain Project face political and environmental hurdles.
A country of different times.
Finally, Canada spans...
Oh, is this gonna be one of those American things where, like, it's so big, like, from the east to the west is different time zones? That's so trippy. Like, you could call someone in the same country and you're 4 hours ahead.
6 primary time zones. Making it one of the most time-diverse nations on Earth. From Pacific time in British Columbia to Newfoundland time in the Far East, Canada's time zones reflect the sheer vastness of its geography. Newfoundland is...
that's more than America. America's 4, right?
Particularly unique as it operates on a half-hour offset, a quirk shared by only a few other places worldwide. Canada's time zones are essential for global trade and travel, particularly with its southern neighbor, the United States. The US shares 4 of Canada's time zones, making cross-border coordination smoother than it might be otherwise. This time diversity poses challenges for national coordination though. For example, live broadcasts of sporting events or political speeches often cater to Eastern time, leaving Western and Atlantic provinces watching at odd hours.
Yes.
It also underscores the immense size of the country. When Vancouverites wake up, Newfoundlanders are already preparing lunch.
See, it's so crazy to think, like, as a Brit, we're all on one time zone. So anyone I call in the UK, it's all at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to me to think in the same country, different times. Let me know what other videos of Canada you want me to check out in the comments. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content. Live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I've been excited to receive this for a very long time. The book. The ultimate guide to rebuilding a civil...
Kitties. That'll do it for today. Get that back up. Another reaction in the bag. We'll see you next time. Peace.